All right, there you go. But he's a big draw, she said.
Yeah, no, he's very popular.
All right, well done. Okay, hey, if you'd like to join us at any point during the festivities today, please do. Number is 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007. Send me a text if you like. That number is 35192. If you're listening to us on iHeartRadio, there's a little talkback button there. I heard from, who did I hear from? A new bureau chief in Longmont, Colorado. That's Eric. I know exactly where Longmont is because one of our very good friends lives out in Longmont, Colorado. That's a beautiful part of the state. Colorado is a very purple state, right? They like their hiking. They also like their guns.
Mm-hmm.
And first state in the union to legalize weed, if memory serves.
And recreationally, yeah.
Recreationally. Yeah. Love Colorado. Anytime we're out there. There was a period of time where all of our friends, purely coincidentally, our friend group from Chicago, there was a period of time where they all ended up in Denver. They had been living in Seattle and San Francisco. They had been living all over the place. And then one by one, for a variety of reasons, they all ended up in Denver. So anytime we would visit, we would have to determine very quietly, we'd have to rank our visits. We'd have to go, well, who are we not going to tell we're coming out there? And that was always a difficult thing to do because there's only so much time. We weren't going to be out there for, we'd take like a long weekend or something and hang out. But nevertheless, Longmont, Colorado, lovely. But wherever you're listening, hit us up. I went to see Batman on Saturday, not knowing that apparently it was. I just happened to stumble across a couple of weeks ago the fact that they were putting the OG 1989 Tim Burton Batman back in theaters for one day. They were going to do one showing this past Saturday, and I didn't know anything about it. Happened to see it when I was looking through the movie ticket app that I use. I use an app called Fandango. And I was on there a couple of weeks ago buying tickets for a movie that I was going to take my daughter to. And I saw, they're going to show Batman, the original Tim Burton 1989, the movie that essentially ushered in the age of dark, brooding takes on superheroes. And it was Michael Keaton, who was roundly criticized for being cast. He's a working actor. He wants to work. But at that point, he had mostly done comedies. He did one or two dramas. But when they cast Michael Keaton as Batman at the time, people were not pleased until they saw the movie. Did a fantastic job. This movie came out. It was a big deal for me because the original Batman came out on my birthday in 1989. And the advance lobby card for Batman just had the gold Batman insignia on a black background. At the bottom, it said June 23rd. I still have this poster in a frame somewhere in my house. But I hadn't seen Batman in the theater since my 18th birthday. I've seen it a handful of times here and there. Hadn't seen it at all in a long time. So I buy a ticket. I had to go to Valley View. That was where they were showing it. They were doing one screening at Valley View on Saturday afternoon. So that's the one. Now, I didn't realize that apparently it was Batman Day. Did you know about World Batman Day?
Yeah,
I did not know that this was part. I just thought it was a random thing. They're always throwing old movies in theaters now. They're like, hey, a couple weekends ago, I couldn't make it, but I was really excited they were going to have Blazing Saddles back in theaters.
Oh, that'd be.
And I really wanted to go, but it was after a Cox out, and it just threw my whole day off. So I didn't see Blazing Saddles in theaters, but I was like, I'm going to go see Batman.
I've never seen that in theaters. That'd be fun to see.
I haven't either.
With a crowd. Oh,
yeah.
Man, that'd be great.
Yeah. I didn't realize it was World Batman Day. And so there weren't a ton of people in the theater. There were maybe a dozen of us. Wasn't in one of the big theaters, in one of the smaller ones. But everybody else in there, Batman T-shirts, Batman hats. I didn't realize that everybody else in there was celebrating World Batman Day. I didn't know that. Warner Brothers apparently has been. It was the 85th anniversary of Batman. Bob Kane was the legendary creator of Batman. And it was Michael Keaton and Nicholson's the Joker and Kim Basinger. Robert Wall is in this movie. Like, I hadn't seen it in the theater in a long, long time. And I forgot just how well I know that movie. I know every frame and line of that movie. And so, that was fun. But I just didn't realize that I was walking into a room full of people who were celebrating Batman Day. And so, did I feel out of place? No, I did not. No, because I'm quietly walking to the back row, but everybody in there was sitting in front of me, so I'm passing them as I'm going up to my seat. And but a lot of fun, and who knew that that's what was going to be going on? There was there were no kids in there, by the way. There was nobody saying, "Son, I'd like to show you
Batman.
my Batman." It was nothing like that. It was all grown-ass men. I think there was one female in there whose boyfriend probably dragged her to it.
I would have taken the under.
On the women.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, it was mostly dudes. Not sure why. There were a couple of guys in front of me, a couple rows down, and I had gotten there. I'd given myself plenty of time because usually Valley View, the concession line, it's like you're in the line at the airport. It winds around because it's usually bananas. Well, of course, I get there with plenty of time on Saturday. There's nobody in there. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm here early. So I get my popcorn and I go and I sit in the theater. And so plenty of time before they're even going to start the trailers, and I hear the other dudes in the theater in front of me regaling each other with tales of Comic-Cons and past Batman Day celebrations. And I was like, oh, there's something going on today. I just thought I was watching a movie. I didn't know it was like a whole big thing.
Was there a big thing besides the movie? Was there?
No.
No.
Well, not there. I don't know. I don't know. I know Warner Brothers themselves, they were doing a huge thing. They were doing trips and giveaways and all that kind of stuff. So there were a couple of advertisements for that. Even when the guy scanned my QR code for my ticket, the guy that was doing that at the entrance there was trying to regale me with one of his tales about how much he loves that movie. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm nodding as I'm slowly walking away. But it was fine. It was fun to see it in the theater. And a lot of very, very serious Batman fans in there on Saturday.